Hi everybody, I'm just sharing my quilting room with you since the store closed. This is where I come to spend some happy time. And just recently we purchased a Gammill Statler long arm quilting machine. So Albert used to tell everybody how when we were building this house, this was the biggest room in the house, but we had no idea that we were going to be putting this giant of a machine into it. And so of course now the room could stand to be a whole lot bigger. This is her right here at the one end of the room, and she does just a fabulous job. I've so enjoyed doing quilts with this machine, and I had no idea that that I would be doing that. There's my cutting table, my ironing area, my fabric that isn't quite as neatly stacked as I would like it to be. And this is where I do some sewing. That's looking out my front window. And we keep my house plants in here because it's safe away from the cats. And so here are a couple of quilts that I have recently finished. They're going to be gifts, and you may recognize the quilt tops from the store. They were store samples. This one, as you can see, is very soft and cuddly Fireside by Moda, and it is just a joy to work with. It's just so nice. And so that is a very happy spring quilt, and that will be a gift. And here's another one that you may recognize from the store, and it will also be a gift. And the quilting design I used on the back of it is a lotus flower, which goes quite nicely with the design on the front. And so yes, I will be doing quilts for customers. Actually, I've already started doing some for customers. I've done 10 or 12 quilts so far. A lot of them, like I say, they were store samples that I've been finishing, and this is all the thread that I have. And there's, on last count, there's close to 200 colors. And any that you see there upside down, when I've done quilting and I have a bobbin left over, I just turn the spool upside down, and then it's ready to go for the start of another quilt. And so, yes, the Gammill Statler, the computer, learning the computer program is really something. Even for someone who's worked on a computer, it's a whole new ball of wax learning a new computer program. But that's where you pick your pattern, and I've got quite a few patterns to choose from. And then this is what they call the head, the machine that actually does all the quilting, and it works just beautifully. So anyway, I just thought I would share my sewing room with you. Once we moved this in, of course, it changed a whole lot of things. I actually sold one of my sewing tables, and I've sold a sewing machine. I sold my serger, and I had to move out 2 shelving units out of this room and move them into Albert's office. So my books and patterns and things like that are in his office. So, and there you go. Even in this pandemic we're going through, you still have to go through Tim Hortons drive-through, and I just like to say, if we don't go every day through the drive-through, then they'll be calling us to wonder if we're sick. So better not to scare those poor folks at Tim Hortons. Anyway, thanks for having a look at my sewing room. Take care.